finished. So I started this on the 5th of January this year, 2026, and I finished it yesterday on the 5th of April. I had like 1 week where I didn't do anything at all on it, which was like 2 weeks ago. But other than that, this has had, I think it's like, this has had literally like 300 hours of time on it, 300 hours of drawing. And that's a combination of wanting to get it not perfect. I don't want it to look like a photograph, but I want it to be realistic in that it's representative of what it is. That's my style. I'm never going to get photorealism. I could do, but it'd take a while. I want my drawings to be realistic, and hopefully that's, you know, obviously not in terms of the colours, but in terms of what it looks like, and hopefully that's what I've got. So and I did this drawing as a gap after, so I did that felt drawing and it took ages and it wore me out a little bit, and I used this as a gap to sort of step away from the felt drawing a bit, do something that was big and also going to take a long time and challenge me, but that wasn't the felt drawing, because I needed time to think about that, which I spoke about in last week's video. Anyway, I know what my next drawing is going to be, but I need to do a bit of sketchbook work first. So anyway, there it is. Hello, welcome back. I'm out in the garden enjoying the sunshine. It's a bank holiday weekend for Easter. I hope you've all had a nice Easter if you celebrate it or if you've had time off. As you've seen, I finished the drawing and I worked it out sort of loosely, and I think I've spent nearly 300 hours on that drawing, which is it's by far the longest I've ever spent on any drawing. So I'm gonna have a couple of days off drawing, get ready for the next one, and I'm gonna start. I've got to do a bit of writing. I've read a couple more books of those books I was talking about, and yeah, so then I'm going to start planning for what's next. Obviously I've come outside and started filming, so Wilbur's followed me, so if you can hear Wilbur, well, if you can hear anything, it's probably Wilbur. Like I say, I am in the garden, so there might be other noises just going on too. There's the pond. There's Wilbur. Just a little tadpole pond. Wilbur's having a good sniff around now. What I thought I'd show you, because it's Easter, and I've not really shown you these yet, but I talk about them every now and then, is some eggs I painted, and I kind of forgot about these a little bit, but I work with, through my full-time job, I work with colleagues in Ukraine quite a lot, and some of them visited a week or so ago, and they brought me this wonderful wooden egg, which is painted in the style, a sort of folk art style of the Dnipro region, which is where the colleagues I work with are from. They always bring really wonderful gifts, and they're always really sort of really strong reminders of the heritage and culture of Ukraine and the region especially. And they gave me this egg, which is hand painted, beautiful. It reminded me a little bit of that the mug I did in the Roses and Castles style a while back, and I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to show you some of the eggs I painted. I painted these about 2 years ago. I didn't do them for anything in particular, I just wanted to do them. It was an idea I had, and I thought they'd look quite cool. I remember the order I did them in. I can't remember if this was the first or second one, but this is the sunflower egg, and if you can see that, it's really textured, really thick layers of paint. And so this is a real egg that I hollowed out and cleaned. I boiled the shell so it's nice and clean, and then I did this one with daisies on it, and again it's quite thick. They took It took a really long time, like probably 20 or 30 hours for that one, and this one was probably a bit longer because the paint on it is really thick. It's like layers and layers and layers of paint, and I didn't use any thickening mediums, I just used a thick heavy body acrylic paint on them. And then I did I think I did this one next. Don't like this one as much, but this one's got forget-me-nots on it. Again, quite thick, but I don't know, it's not quite as, I don't like that one quite as much. And then I did this one, which is a rose inside of an eggshell, and it's quite hard to see there, but it's just when it gets the light on it there, really textured, really heavy rose, quite sculptural in there, and I really like that one. And I chose the dark green on all of them, so there's one here that I haven't painted yet, it's just got one layer of the dark green on, and I just chose that as a sort of base, a base colour. And the idea was that they were supposed to sort of be quite Tudor-esque in a way. That's when I started, never carried on with. I might do, it's supposed to be blossoms, I might carry that one on. But I did this entirely white one as well, which I think I've shown you before. Again, really textured. It kind of reminds me of the wallpaper that my grandma had in her house. What's that, plaster? But again, all acrylic paint. And I just thought I'd show you them as something a little bit different for Easter. I showed these to, well, I've never known what to do with them, and I sort of showed them to a group of, like a local craft group once, and said, what do you think I should do with them? And someone said, oh, they make lovely things for Easter bonnets and stuff like that, and I thought, well, yeah, they would, but at the same time they take like 40 hours to make. So I don't know, like individually, so I don't know, I've never really found anything for them, but that's it, and I'm going to keep it short and sweet for now, and that's it. I hope you had a nice Easter, and I'll see you soon. Bye.